Hello, guys. My name is Desmond, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, please do allow me to say it's very much important, ladies and gentlemen, that I say it's very, very much important because good people, a day without learning something new, it's a day wasted. Okay, that we know at this point in time. Ladies and gentlemen, please do make sure that by the end of each and every question, or by the end of the whole of this question, you learn something new. Okay, most importantly, I would like to wish you all the best on your paper 2. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, for today's lesson, we'll be looking at a very interesting question which is going to cover most of the stuff that you need to know before you write your mathematics paper 2. Okay, so as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I've tried to draw by hand that graph. As you can see over there, I've actually tried to draw this diagram that you see. So ladies and gentlemen, that is not necessarily drawn to scale, and I think also this graph, it's stated in the instruction and information. It should be on the second page where they say this is not necessarily drawn to scale. Okay, very, very much important, ladies. So without any waste of time, guys, I'm just quickly going to read through the given statement, quickly interpret that diagram or sketch, and then from there we'll go through all of these questions. So just just so that you are aware of the type of questions that we'll be dealing with today. 6.1, they're saying why is NL perpendicular? Determine the coordinates of L. Determine the equation of a circle with center N. Then we're also calculating the lengths. Determine an equation of the diameter, obviously, of the circle in that form. Show that the coordinates of A, we'll see where is A, where we show that the coordinates of A is that. Then we calculate the length again. Why is that a kite? Show that the angle is 45. If the given circle is reflected about the x-axis, then they will want us to calculate, or just to give the coordinates of the new center in case there's a reflection about either the x or the y-axis. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the questions that we'll be dealing with. So you need to fully understand these questions before you start with your exam paper for mathematics paper 2. And remember, guys, this lesson is suitable for grade 11s, grade 12s, and again, if you're upgrading your mathematics, this lesson is suitable for you. And ladies and gentlemen, please do make sure that in case if you feel like, somewhere in the middle of the lesson, you feel like, my teaching style is clear and straightforward, please do make sure to like the video. And again, please do comment to give me feedback so that I'm aware if we're on the same page, or in case if I'm leaving you behind. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, remember, I've got a WhatsApp where in case if you need additional clarity on something, you can just drop me a screenshot and again a voice note on my WhatsApp line. And good people, please do make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you are updated of future uploads. Ladies and gentlemen, let's now start with question 6. Okay, so they say a circle centered at N where x is 2 and y where x is 3 and y is 2 touches the x-axis at a point L. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's just quickly add that information over there to say N, it's where x is 3 and y is 2. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. So they're saying a circle centered at that point touches the x-axis at point L, which is that point L over there. So they say the line PQ. Where is P? There it's P. I hope you can see on the diagram that I drew over there that this is point P, and they're saying a line PQ, then this is point P, this is point Q, so they're saying line. Obviously when they say line, then they're talking about a straight line. Okay, very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. So a straight line PQ defined by the equation y is equals to 4 over 3x plus 4 over 3 is a tangent to the same circle at point A. Okay, very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I think, let me just quickly try to draw that information that we are given. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really sure if you are going to be able to see as I move the screen of my tablet away, but otherwise I'll just make sure that I bring it back from time to time so that you are able to see. So let me just quickly try to redraw that diagram. I'm going to erase it as soon as I'm done with the explanation. Okay, so what they are saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that you've got a N over there, which is the center of a circle, which is the center of a circle. Okay, so let me just read something, ladies and gentlemen. A circle centered at N. So this is N, which means is the center of that circle. Okay, and they say a circle centered at that point touches the x-axis at point L. That's what I wanted to confirm, ladies and gentlemen, that this circle, it actually touches the x-axis at that point L. Because by just fully understanding that part, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to help us a lot in terms of understanding that from point N to L, it's possibly a radius. Okay, very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. So again, they say the line PQ defined by that equation, it's a tangent to the same circle at point A. Where is A, ladies and gentlemen? There is point A, there is point B. Okay, guys, we've got a straight line which is tangent to that point at A. So let me just try to draw that straight line. So it's a dotted line, and just make it a solid line like that. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. So they're saying this is Q and this is point P. Okay, so obviously, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see over there, we've got K, okay, which is that point over there. Okay, so that means P, K, and Q are collinear. I'm pretty much sure that I've done a lesson where I explain in detail in terms of what is meant by collinear lines. Okay, so let me also label that point as point A. Obviously, this is point B. Okay, so guys, we know that at the point of intersection of the x-axis and the y-axis is O, which refers to the origin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you are now having a better understanding of what could possibly be going on over there. Guys, please quickly draw this if you've got something to write, because I think from time to time we might need to refer to this diagram. Okay, while I write the equation of that line PQ, please quickly draw this information. Otherwise, if you don't finish on time, do not worry that much. I'm going to make sure that this lesson is available online as soon as we are done, And again, if necessary, I'll just draw on that diagram, or otherwise I'll just draw somewhere on this board so that you are able to easily understand. But it's advisable that you just quickly draw that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, they are saying the equation of that straight line is y is equals to they're saying it's 4 over 3x plus 4 over 3. Okay, very much important. So that means remember, we haven't started with the questions, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just taking you through that diagram over there so that when we proceed with the questions, you've got an idea of what is going on. Ladies and gentlemen, can I start with that straight line to say the gradient of PK, that means the gradient from that point to that point, is the same or equals to the gradient of KQ, which is that point and that point, and again is the same as the gradient of PQ. PQ is that point and that point, which is equals to, ladies and gentlemen, 4 over 3, which is equals to 4 over 3. Okay, consider this as an additional information, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a bonus to you because I've already done a lesson where I go in details regarding collinear lines. So ladies and gentlemen, why am I saying the whole of this? It's because I know very well, ladies and gentlemen, that these 3 points are collinear. Okay, so that means they fall along the same line. These are the points which fall along the same line. And remember, I've just indicated to you that if you've got let's say this is a Cartesian plane, this is y, this is x, a line in that direction, a line in that direction, a line in that direction, it has a positive gradient. Okay, obviously lines in that direction will have a negative gradient. Very much important, ladies and gentlemen. So it confirms that this is a line in that direction. Why? Because of a positive gradient. Okay, very much important, ladies. So why are all of these having the same gradient? Is because these are collinear points. Okay, they fall within the same line of that gradient. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, remember at that point over there. Okay, so that means let me just say the gradient of PQ or the gradient of KQ or the gradient of that. At that point, ladies and gentlemen, this is a point where that line and the radius are perpendicular, of which the gradient of this line, that line, or that line, which is the gradient, let me just say, of PQ, but is that gradient, and again is that gradient when multiplied with the gradient of AN or AB, let me just say the gradient of AB. Similarly as this, ladies and gentlemen, that means the gradient of AN and the gradient of AB and the gradient of NB are equal, even though in this case we don't know what's the gradient of that line. Why are they equal, ladies and gentlemen? The same reason, they fall along the same line. So ladies and gentlemen, this gradient multiplied by that gradient is equals to -1. I'm just not sure if you remember this formula, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure they taught you about this formula. So that means lines which are perpendicular to each other, their gradients when multiplied together, they're equals to -1. Okay, so there's a right angle formed there, a 90 degrees angle, because you've got the lines which are perpendicular to each other. It doesn't matter in which direction, but whichever direction, as long as you've got the lines which are perpendicular to each other, when you multiply the gradients, they're equals to -1. Okay, and again, ladies and gentlemen, again, that means from A up to N is the same length as N up to B. Okay, these are equal, ladies and gentlemen. Why are they equal? It's because from that point A to point B, this is the diameter, ladies and gentlemen. The midpoint is N over there. Okay, so that means N is the midpoint of A and B. Why? Because N is the center. Okay, so that means N is the midpoint of the x values of A plus the x values of B over 2, then the y values of A plus the y values of B all over 2. Okay, very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not really sure, even though I'm writing information on top of the other information, but I'm sure you're listening, and at the same time your eyes are fixed to my board, ladies and gentlemen. So that means please do not go away, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure that you stay with me until the end of this lesson, because if you go away for a few seconds and you come back, you find that I've written additional information, then you'll be lost. Okay, but remember, guys, I'm not in any way answering any question. I'm just giving you an information of which we'll explore some more as we answer the questions. So what I'm just doing now is just to give you a background of what information is given over there. Okay, very, very much important, ladies. So that means again from point N to point L. Okay, so that means this is equals to that point A up to point B. It's equals to that point from from the center all the way up to point B. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because this is also the radius. From there to there, it's also the radius. From there to there, it's also the radius. Okay, very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. So I think for now we can just try to start with our very first question and see what information we can use from this information. Ladies and gentlemen, in case if you were writing some notes, can I just take this moment to give you less than 30 seconds to finish off whatever that you were writing, ladies and gentlemen. In less than 30 seconds, please make sure that you're done. In the meantime, I'll just have a glass of water, and then from there, I'm going to remove all of this information, and we start with our first question. Okay, so a glass of water, then you finish up whatever that you were writing over there. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I assume you're done writing all the notes that you needed to write. Okay, so now we're about to start with our very first question. Ladies and gentlemen, please do make sure that you stay with me until the end of this lesson. Okay, remember, as soon as we're done with this lesson, I'm going to make it available on my YouTube channel so that you're able to catch up the following day before you write your final exams. Okay, and again, most importantly, if you missed something and it's either I was moving too fast or you're not able to write down all the notes that you needed to, you can still replay this video over and over again until you fully understand what's going on. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the first question, which is question 6.1, says, why is NL perpendicular to OL? Why is NL? Where is NL? Can you see there? It's N, that point over there. So that point is N, and this point over there, it's point L. So they're asking, why is it perpendicular to OL? Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. So obviously, guys, let me just write it there to say we are now on 6.1, and this question is just allocated 1 mark. Okay, very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen, that you notice the marks allocated to each and every question. So guys, obviously this is where the radius is perpendicular to the tangent. I'm not sure if it makes sense. Remember, you've got a point B over there, point A over there. This is N, and this is a circle. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a circle, right? And that circle, and just draw it that way. Okay, so remember, they say from N to L, this is where that point over there is where NL touches the x-axis. Let me just check for that statement. I remember it was mentioned somewhere where they say a circle centered at N, this is that point N over there, touches the x-axis at point L, which is that point over there. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, which means, in short, remember I've just indicated that NL is the radius. Okay, why is it the radius? Is because it's a line from the center to a point along that circle, and at the same time, this is where that point touches the x-axis. Okay, so what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that actually the radius, okay, the radius is perpendicular, the radius is perpendicular at to the tangent. Okay, so the radius of a circle is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. I'm not sure if I need to write all of this information or you got it, ladies and gentlemen. So the radius, remember guys, the radius is NL. Okay, so the radius of a circle, which circle? The radius of that circle, which is NL. Okay, that radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, they are saying, why is it perpendicular to OL? Okay, so obviously the tangent is that OL. Okay, so it's tangent to the what is it? The radius NL of a circle. It's perpendicular to the tangent, and we know the tangent is OL. Okay, at the point of contact. Where is the point of contact, ladies and gentlemen? This is that point of contact. Okay, so I hope you fully understand, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, a tangent is that line that cuts a circle only at one point. It touches it once. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really sure if you now understand exactly how to respond to that question. Okay, so this is a reason that you can provide. So by so saying, ladies and gentlemen, they just give you a mark. Okay, so this is how you score your 1 mark for this question. So let's now move to the next question. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, I'm trying to just be moderate in terms of the pace so that we cover as many questions as possible within a short space of time. Why am I moving at a moderate pace and not too slow? It's because I'm going to make this lesson available, then you can still replay to catch up. 6.2, they say, determine the coordinates of L. Okay, an interesting question, ladies and gentlemen. Determine the coordinates of L. And again, this question is allocated 1 mark. Ladies and gentlemen, for questions which are allocated 1 mark, 2 marks, please do not overthink those questions. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. Do not overthink those questions, because they said, what is the coordinates of L? Just say L into X and Y, ladies and gentlemen. Why do you have to do this? It's so that you have an idea of how your final answer should look like. Okay, then this is where you can indicate, you say, already you know at that point L, obviously there's something is 0. Okay, obviously it's Y, which is 0. So now you've got a challenge to determine what is the X value. Okay, remember, ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is that X axis. Okay, and then let's just say this is that Y axis. You've got a line which is perpendicular. Remember that end, ladies and gentlemen, they just said it's perpendicular, so it forms a right angle over there. So that means that L is the same as that X value of N. Okay, so that's why you'd be correct, you'd be correct to say the X value at that point L is equals to 3. Okay, so that means that's where you've got your X as 3, and again your Y is 0. Okay, and the difference is that over there you still have the same 3, but your Y in this case is 2. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what they want. They just give you a mark. Okay, very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you fully understand what I'm trying to explain to you, ladies and gentlemen. So guys, let's